being perfect isn't everything. And for me, I think that as far as perfectionism goes, there are a massive amount of drawbacks to perfectionism than other people might be realizing. Of course, there are some benefits to it. For example, striving to be perfect can help you in paying attention to the small little details and being very particular about what it is that you're looking for. Having that sort of mindset is important in certain cases because, for one, if you're being picky about what it is that you want in your own life, you have a very deep understanding of what it is that you're looking for in your life and where you want to be going and how you want to be going about it. And that is really important, especially when it comes to planning, because again, something that I talk about a lot is having a plan, putting a plan together and formulating plans. And obviously, knowing what it is that you want to be doing and where you want to be going is obviously part of that plan. And if you don't know what that is, well, you don't really have a plan and you don't really know where you want to be going. So perfectionism in that sort of aspect is very important with that. However, there are a slew of drawbacks to perfectionism. For example, you spend a lot of time doing the work, trying to make it perfect. And that is a huge problem because it's a huge time waster. There is far more progress in getting from 0 to 90% than to 91 to 100, because it might take you 1 hour to get from 0% to 90% or 95% or whatever, than it is, and it might take you several more hours to get from that 96 or 91% all the way up to 100. That is not well worth that time. Having that sort of meticulousness to it might be really good, like it might be good for your own sanity, but it doesn't make a whole lot of sense in business, especially since you want to be moving further ahead and you're basically just creating busy work to get that last 10% or 5% or whatever. Like, it doesn't make any sense to be doing that, at least on an entrepreneurial level. As many entrepreneurs can attest to, like sometimes there are plenty of quotes out there that suggest that good is good enough, but perfect, it's not really necessary. Another thing that's really important when it comes to perfectionism is that because you're being so specific, you're not allowing your journey to progress as it should. A journey is not something that's very predictable. It twists and turns. We don't really know where exactly it is that we're going. Hell, I don't even know where I'm even going with regards to my own journey. I just know that I want to keep doing what it is that I'm doing right now, and wherever this takes me, I'll be happy with that. But the thing is that I don't know where that destination is, and we're not supposed to know where that destination is. Instead, what's more important for us is to actually enjoy that journey. And if we're being nitpicky about every single tiny little detail, it ruins the magic of the journey, and it doesn't really help you all that much in regards to being in motivating yourself and pushing yourself forward. Instead, you're spending all of your time doing busy work, worried about all these tiny little details, when the reality is that these tiny little details may not mean all that much. You really don't know. But what's more important with that journey is actually all the lessons that you learned. Because if you do actually make some mistakes, then you're supposed to be learning from that. You're supposed to be growing. We're all humans here and we all make mistakes. That's part of the process. And trying to mitigate that by being as perfect as you possibly can is not going to be really good, because you're going to be making some more mistakes, or there's going to be something that you have not even anticipated that's going to happen, and there's nothing that you could do about that. Like there's nothing, absolutely nothing. So it's important to be keeping that in mind when it comes to perfectionism. There's a lot of issues with that, and there's a lot of drawbacks to it. And what's more important is for you to take the time to realize that not everything is going to be going as planned. Not everything can go your exact way. Sometimes you have to accept that your path has to change, or you have to let go of certain things. You have to be making sacrifices. And that's all part of life, and that's all part of growing a business as well, if you want to be going that route. But as far as perfectionism goes, it's not something that I've bothered to strive for. Throughout my entire life, I've never bothered to be as meticulous or as detailed as I possibly can. I'm happy with being an average person, and that's kind of my point that I want to be making with regards to everything that I'm doing. I'm just an average person. There's nothing remarkable about me. There's no special traits at all about me. And all I have is just a bunch of habits that I have been taking some time to be working on every single day. And that's really what's most important when it comes to our life, is to not strive for being perfect, but being as close to it as we possibly can with everything that we have and everything that we can do at that point in time. And that's really what matters.